this song is pretty easy. By the time you're done with this video, you'll pretty much have mastered the song and added another song to the list of songs you know. There you go, number 2. So, real quick before we get started, I want to quickly gloss over power chords and octaves, just the general shape, so I don't have to spend the entire video telling you where to put every finger. So, with this example, here's the shape of a power chord. This 4th finger is pretty much optional. You can use it. I tend to not. I don't know why. But for this song you might want to use it. So that's the power chord. The octave is basically omitting the 3rd finger. Power chord. That's the octave. So let's start with the intro real quick. It's basically all power chords. Well, it is all power chords, so I'll play it for you real quick. And you'll play that twice, and that's basically the intro. So, again, it's all power chords, so I'm just going to call out the root note, which is the lowest note in the chord. So you're going to start on the E string, the 3rd fret, and then you'll slide immediately down to the 1st fret. That's kind of how that starts. Next, you're going to play a power chord on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then you're going to play the 3rd fret on the D string. This one kind of differs a little bit. If you're going to use your 3 fingers, if you're going to use your 3rd and 4th finger, you'll have the root note where it should be, your 3rd finger where it should be, but the pinky, instead of being where it normally would be in its traditional shape, it's going to go up a fret. Because this doesn't sound too good. Kind of sounds kind of gross. That, on the other hand, sounds great. After that, you're going to go to the 3rd fret of the E string, and then you're going to palm mute. You can either do this as an open E, or I like to do it on the 7th fret of, the 5th fret of the E string, like that. So it'll sound like, and then you'll slide down to the 1st fret of the E string. Pretty easy. So now the verse. The verse is also all power chords, and coincidentally, we've done all these power chords before. So you're going to start with the 3rd fret of the A string, then you'll go down to the 3rd fret of the E string, then you'll go to the 1st fret of the E string. You're going to palm mute all these chords so it'll sound like this. And that's kind of one go through. You'll repeat that 3 times in the 1st verse and only 2 times in the 2nd verse. So again, another easy section. Moving on to the chorus, we're going to use those same 3 chords in almost the same order. What you're going to do is you're going to play the 3rd fret on the A string. You'll play that for 2 measures, so twice as long as the other ones. And it'll be the 3rd fret of the E string, then the 1st fret of the E string. And that's going to be one go, so it'll sound like this. My guitar sounds slightly out of tune, I'm just realizing. Oh well, moving on. So the second half of the chorus, or more of the bridge between the chorus and the next verse, are octaves, and it sounds like this. So, you're going to play your first octave. It's all on the A string, so I'll just call out the frets. The A string. So you'll start on the 3rd fret, play that for a measure. You'll slide up to the 8th fret, slide down to the 7th, slide down to the 5th, and then you'll do your palm muting again. Again, you can either do it open or on the 7th fret. I like to do it 5th fret. I've said that twice now. Say that on the 5th fret. And then you'll end on the 3rd fret. And you'll repeat that twice. So here is it slowed down. Again, very easy. So then you'll do the second verse, and then you'll do the chorus again without the octaves, and then you'll go right into the bridge solo, if you want to call it that thing. You're going to be on the 5th fret, on the D and the G string, and you're going to alternate picking between the two. It's going to sound like this. Then that's about it. That's all there is to it. Sometimes when I'm playing it, I'll add in some flair to it, so it'll sound like this. Live your dreams. So while that's going on, the second guitar is going to play something like this. It's going to repeat that pattern over and over again. So it starts with just a regular power chord, 3rd fret on the A string. We've played it a million times already. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lift your 3rd finger off of the 5th fret, and you can bar your 1st finger on those two. You don't really have to bar, just roll it over so that it's covering the A and the D string. So it'll sound like, instead of this, it'll sound like this. Then keep this shape and move it to the 5th and 7th fret, so the root note's on the 5th fret, also on the A string. You'll play the power chord for 2 measures. 1 measure. 1 measure. And you'll repeat that for the duration of the bridge, solo, whatever. So the final section is the chorus, and there's a slight variation to it. It's going to sound like this. And you'll play that twice. On the last time you'll play this twice as long. So again, it's the same chords, just on when you get to the 1st fret of the E string, you're going to palm mute and then play the chord open for a full beat. And on the last time you'll do that twice as long, so it'll sound like this. And that last power chord that ends the song is on the 3rd fret of the A string. And that's about it. That's all I got for you. This song's pretty easy, very fun to play, and yeah. I don't know how to end these.